every grassroots organisation uses something called Eventbrite to sell their tickets. In a way, it's kind of liberated and democratised who can have a meeting. You don't need a box office. You can sign up to Eventbrite. What's happened is they have just cancelled an event which was organised by Women's Place UK, which had Julie Bindel at it, and Karen Ingala Smith was launching her book, which is about women's spaces. And they've just cancelled it and refunded all the tickets, right? You think, God, that's extraordinary. They say that it breaks their hateful, dangerous and violent content policy. Yeah. That's the Trust and Safety team. This is on top of them cancelling the event for a Nottingham screening of Adult Human Female. And Sarah Phillimore, who's a barrister, and Graham Linehan had an event on a gender-critical book called Transpositions, and they had their event cancelled. Now, what this is the corporate politicisation cancelling events and basically censoring some events that are gender-critical. And the reason why it's against women is because these are women's rights campaigners who are saying that transgender ideology is undermining, for example, women-only spaces. Yeah. It is so frightening because PayPal did something similar with Us for Them and for the Free Speech Union, where these companies that appear to be neutral use their terms and conditions to politically decide what events can happen or not. And I really hope...
But who's got to a company like Eventbrite? I mean, what woke tendency is on the board or something?
The Trust and Safety team is obviously rather woke, and there are people, as we speak, who have got pictures of the people who work for that team, calling people TERFs and all the rest of it. It's also the case that, by the way, Eventbrite are, perfectly reasonably, selling the tickets for very, very many gender identity and quite woke events. They haven't cancelled those events. So it's a very particular targeting of gender-critical events. I just think it's very important to understand that these people have more power than you'd think in today's climate, a group like Eventbrite. I think that their discrimination, because it is discrimination, should not be allowed. Sarah Phillimore is actually going to sue and take out legal action. And as she's a barrister who works at the Bad Law Project, you know, she seems to know what she's talking about. And I hope that that's... I don't like going to the law courts, but I really do hope we can have some clarification that they can't... This is discrimination against women. In the old days, we used to call that sexism, right? And we have laws against discriminating. So discriminating against somebody's lawful views in this way seems to me to be very dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely fascinating, that whole argument.